It has been more than a year since body parts surfaced throughout Milwaukee County, launching a massive search for a missing teenager, Sade Robinson.
Police say Robinson was last seen alive on a first date. It is a crime filled with twists and turns, and in 1 week, the trial is expected to start for the accused killer.
Tonight, our Bria Jones has new video, new witness accounts that paint a picture of how we got here.
April 2nd, 2024, a gloomy spring day in Milwaukee County. The waves of Lake Michigan bringing a chilling discovery, a severed human leg in Warnimut Park. The grim finding would unravel the mystery of the disappearance of 19-year-old Sade Carlina Robinson. Prosecutors say Robinson vanished after a first date with 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson.
All right, so this is the first time I'm really hearing about this story. I saw like a short clip and I'm like, okay, let me check this out. So apparently this is Maxwell, right? He's on trial for the alleged, dismemberment and murder of this woman right here, Sade Robinson, 34 years old over here, 19 years old over here. And we are in Milwaukee, right? And if I'm not mistaken, right, that's where Jeffrey Dahmer was, right? In Milwaukee. Someone let me know if I'm wrong about that. But, if I'm a younger black person and I see a guy like this and I'm in Milwaukee and we're supposed to be going on a first date, I don't know, I'm saying have some pepper spray, have some type of weapon on me because it could end up wrong, because this sounds very Dahmer influence, right? They had the date. Dahmer used to want people of color that were men. This guy, he had a young woman of color, right? And he allegedly, they went on a date, and I guess he got dismembered, and they found her body parts scattered across Milwaukee. This is a crazy story, but let's continue.
Unsealed warrant revealed a confidential informant told investigators Anderson planned to kill Robinson. A seemingly fatal attraction leading to an investigation spanning 2 states and the arrest of Anderson for homicide, arson, and mutilation charges.
This sick son of a gonna pay.
To understand what happened next, we need to go back to the day before, April 1st, 2024. Court records show text messages between Robinson and Anderson between 4:15 p.m. and 5:18 p.m. Anderson texts, "Are you hungry? I need to stop at Twisted Fisherman to pick up my W-2 from last year, and we could eat there first." Robinson responds, "Okay," and "Yes. Are we eating at the Brat House or the other place?" Anderson replies, "Let's eat at Twisted. I'm feeling seafood." Robinson answers, "Yes, I love seafood." Still images from surveillance cameras show the two inside the Twisted Fisherman. Investigators say Robinson had Life 360, a location tracking app. It placed her at Duke's on Water and later at Anderson's Milwaukee home, 39th in Oklahoma. It's the last place Sade's loved ones believe she was seen alive. Her phone dinging at his home until 12:45 a.m. on April 2nd.
Do we know how Sade met Maxwell Anderson?
So from my understanding, it was no dating app. It was a friend of a friend. So my friend that worked at Pizza Shuttle, cousin, was the bouncer at Victor's, which was friends with the bartender, who was Maxwell.
Kiki is Robinson's cousin. She hasn't shared her last name publicly, but over the last year, she's led searches for her cousin and pushed for answers. Now, for the first time, she's sharing these videos of Robinson the night before she disappeared. Robinson was spotted out at Victor's nightclub, where Anderson was a bartender. You can see part of what appears to be Anderson's distinctive arm tattoo.
Another one of my family members reached out to me, stating that they were at the bar with her, the Easter 31st at Victor's, and that they were having drinks. And they seen her with this man, and then who was described as the demon, who we call him, Maxwell.
Robinson was reported missing by a friend after she didn't show for a shift at Pizza Shuttle on April 2nd. That same morning, Milwaukee police say a car was set on fire near 30th and Lisbon. Detectives later learned it was Sade's vehicle.
I just heard the car crash, and it was a big bang, and I saw the car outside of my window, so I come outside, and by the time I come outside, I see the flames start, and I just see this taller white guy just running away from the car.
In that moment, Ashley Ryder says she didn't realize what she was witnessing.
I remember his face when he turned around because he looked so shocked, and then I found out a couple days later what was actually going on.
Hours after the car was torched on April 2nd, a man discovered a severed leg with pink toenail polish at Warnimut Park in Cudahy. The same place investigators would later say
we're going to use allegedly throughout this because we got to assume innocence until proved guilty. But this is a crazy story so far. So basically, they met through a friend of a friend type of situation. Once again, like, we haven't seen this woman's father, right? So we don't know if she really had that proper guidance that, you know, that dad would tell you, like, okay, you know, as a black dad, you know, most black dads, they already see, like, okay, you with a white guy, that's one thing. But you're with a 34-year-old white guy and you're only 19 years old, fresh out of high school, you know, very green, very new to the world. Easy to be manipulated, right? So we can tell that if he was, like they're saying, he was planning to kill her beforehand for what, I guess we will learn the reasons eventually, but yeah, man, this is crazy. So this guy, he is on trial for this, and they're saying he said she went missing. Next thing you know, we got this other woman that saw the car set on fire. Yeah, man, this is a crazy story.
Robinson's phone was pinging between 3 a.m. and 4:30. April 5th, less than a mile from the car fire. A body part was found in the same area of 30th and Lisbon. April 6th, remains were discovered at 31st and Galena. The next day, more remains were found at 31st and Walnut. At one point, Kiki says she found a blanket with Robinson's face on it lying on the ground in Galena Park.
I looked down and I seen Sade's face just flipped over. And my heart instantly just started to beat. And I just yelled to my sisters, like, I just found her blanket, everybody. And everybody just ran over to me. And then the detectives just showed up. Like, nobody called them, they just showed up. And I told them, like, we just found her blanket. So then they started, like, shutting off the area.
Did you ever find anything else?
I did. I found her bone. And I was about to pass out, and I didn't, because everybody else around me was crying, like, everybody was emotional. But I can't get emotional because I'm going to break. And if I break, I'm not going to be able to search.
Fox 6 obtained surveillance video from a business near 31st and Walnut. It shows a person with clothing that matches what detectives say Anderson was wearing on a MCTS bus to head home. The person appears to be wearing a hoodie and a gray backpack. This is similar to surveillance images in the same area prosecutors shared in the criminal complaint. Days later, Anderson was arrested, making his first court appearance on April 12, 2024.
At this time, we don't believe that there are any other victims out there and that the person who is responsible for this heinous crime has been arrested.
Are you still searching for remains for Ms. Robinson?
Yes, we are.
As detectives used everything from flashlights to sonar boats, Robinson's loved ones searched far and wide with community support.
One day, we actually walked 21 miles. That was between there and back. We walked east, we walked west, we walked all the way probably to Racine.
On April 18, 17 days after she was first reported missing, Robinson's torso and arm were found in South Milwaukee. Nearly a month later, her arm washed up on the beach in Waukegan, Illinois.
What are you still searching for?
I'm going to say her crown, her head, was still missing. So that's why it's important that we still do all these memorials and stuff so that people don't forget that we still don't have all of her.
To this day, pieces of Sade Carlina Robinson remain lost to the world, a somber reminder that justice still waits in the shadows. Bria Jones, Fox 6 News.
Robinson's loved ones say they will not stop searching for her until they have all of her. Again, the trial for her accused killer, Maxwell Anderson, it's slated to start May 27th.
Robinson's family says they're hoping to learn where the rest of the...
Wow, so this is crazy. So his trial actually starts today. So tune in if you want to, you know, see more details about that. But yeah, man, if he did this, is a sick bastard. Whoever did it, definitely this sick bastard. We gotta protect our women, man. We got to. Definitely my condolences to the family. Damn. I'm glad she did have enough sense to, you know, have the tracking app on her phone, so they were able to kind of pinpoint some of the story. It's crazy that they're still trying to find pieces of her. Yeah, it's getting hard for me to talk about this. So y'all let me know what y'all think about it. As always, love y'all. I'm out.